Again from Movement Revolution. One tip today, 30 tips for 30 days for Parkinson's Disease Awareness Month. Today we're going to be talking about hip mobility and hip stretching. I know the Boston Marathon's coming up, so many of you fighters are participating in the Boston Marathon. I wish you the best of luck. These are 4 stretches that I think are really going to help you maintain your mobility, and if you get tight during the race, some good things just to pull over and try to get done. But very good hip mobility exercises to do every single day. Your hips have to move freely to walk better, to improve your posture, and just function and move better every single day. So here are 4 stretches, 4 mobility exercises that are really going to help you get that lower body, hip girdle functioning much, much better. So we're going to start from the mat. I put a chair here just in case you need to use the chair for a little more stability. A lot of these involve going onto one knee, which is going to compromise your balance a little bit. So see, if you need a chair, don't be afraid to have it right there with you. So the first one is going to be a kneeling hamstring stretch. I like this one quite a bit because it just puts you in a better position to use some of your stabilizer muscles and works on your balance a little bit while you're maintaining a stretch. So you can put one hand on the chair if you need to, if not, hands on your hips. And you're going to bring one knee up and then extend that leg out to the front. Okay, so what you want to make sure that you're doing is really keeping your hips as high as you can as you do this stretch. Straighten that leg out. Make sure you have a nice straight knee. Okay, you're pulling your toe up towards your shin, and then once you're there, keeping your hips high, just gently hinge forward from your upper body and pointing your nose down towards your toes. While you're doing that, you're pulling your toe up towards your knee at the same time. Okay, you're going to hold each stretch. I tend to tell all my clients, hold each stretch for 3 to 5 deep breaths rather than counting seconds. One that helps your muscles relax. Okay, and it still gives you about 15 to 30 seconds of a good stretch. So we're going to switch sides now. Okay, so extend that left leg out. Start tall. Exhale, lean forward. Hinge forward. Pull that toe up toward your shin. Hold that again for 3 to 5 deep breaths. And then come back down. One tip for stretching, they always say if you find that one side is a little bit tighter than the other, do that tighter side at least 1, if not 2 more times to try to work some of that tightness or that rigidity out on that more affected or tight side. So that was a hamstring stretch. So stretch out the back of your legs. Right after that, we're going to go into the other largest muscle in your body, your glutes, to stretch this one out next. Now, we can do this one from the mat. You're going to be down into a plank position, okay, and you're going to be coming up into a plank and drawing your knee in towards your chest. Notice my knee is forward and that leg is inside here. If you have any knee pain or any hip pain, if any of these cause pain at all, I suggest not doing this stretch. But placing your hands firmly on the ground here, reaching that back leg back behind you. Okay, and you're just going to sink. Here, I'll go this way so you can see it a little bit better. So you're crossing under here, my back leg is back, and then you're going to kind of roll that hip down toward the mat. So this hip down toward the mat, and you can kind of crawl and reach that back foot back behind you. Try to maintain a tall chest as you maintain that stretch. Come back up onto your toes, bring that leg back out, and then switch sides. And crossing a leg under, and reaching the other foot back, chest is tall, rotating the hips down to the mat. Okay? So if a lot of you have tight IT bands, or some discomfort in those IT bands, great 2 stretches to do there. We're going to come back up to the knees. Now we're going to work the front side of the hip flexors and quads. So again, if you need that chair, don't be afraid to use it. We're going to come back up onto one knee. Okay, it's piriformis, hip flexor, quadriceps stretch. Really important for all you runners or active walkers out there. So what you want is this front foot with your heel right underneath your knee, and this knee, the back knee, right underneath your hip. Now what you're going to do from there is get your posture up and get your hips up as tall as you can. And you're going to pull the hips forward, okay, not arching the back too much. You don't want to reach back this way, but just draw your hips forward and push this forward knee over your front toe. You should feel a good stretch on the back leg, on the front side of that back leg. If you're feeling a good stretch there and you feel that you can go a little bit more, you can add the arm into it. So reaching that same arm, that left arm, all the way up toward the ceiling, and looking up at that hand, get that arm up nice and straight. You should feel a nice big pull right through here. You're going to go back through, switch over to the other side. Okay, again, forward foot, heel under the knee. That knee should be at 90 degrees. And then your back knee right under your hip. You're going to draw those hips forward, keeping your posture tall, kind of leaning forward into it slightly, pushing that front knee over your front toe, and then driving that arm up nice and high. Okay. I would repeat all of these stretches 2, if not 3 times, and again, if one side's tighter than the other, repeat that side 1 additional time. Last stretch is going to be working your adductors. A lot of times, I see people with PD with a very narrowed stance, or the feet when you run sometimes cross over. Here's a great stretch for that, stretching out the inside of your thighs and your adductors. So down on your hands and knees in the quadruped position, take one leg straight up to the side. The big key here is you're going to want to try to get that leg extended and nice and straight. You don't want to bend knee, okay? So straighten that leg out, point that pinky toe toward the floor, rock your hips back towards your heels. You feel a nice stretch right down here through the inner thigh. Okay, you're going to bring that side in, same thing other side, push that toe down toward the floor, rock your hips back toward your heels. Okay, so 4 great mobility exercises for your lower body. For all of you runners, walkers, enjoy these. Do them as often as you can. For everybody else, do them every single day. I promise you, get your hips moving much, much better, and overall mobility will be improved significantly. So think big, move strong, never quit. Keep working, everybody.